This is former NFL tight end Pete Mitchell, and you're watching State Champs.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Pirani's Hockey and Lacrosse World. Over 20 Michigan locations. Go to lacrosseworld.com for info.
Welcome to the only high school sports show in the state of Michigan, here for you 40 weeks a year. You're watching State Champs. We're presented by Lawrence Tech. I'm Stephanie Funkhauser.
And I am Lauren Plant. Spring is definitely in the air, Stephanie, and the spring sports are in full swing. We've got baseball, softball, girls soccer, girls water polo, and lacrosse highlights coming up for you. Now, speaking of lacrosse, it's been a decade since the MHSAA sanctioned this great sport. Sean Belizean's going to go in focus on the remarkable popularity of lacrosse.
We update you in our UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year race, and our Detroit Sports Commission main event is from the softball diamond. Livonia Ladywood is trying to slow down the surging Farmington Hills Mercy Marlins.
The Recruit Report is back, and a whole lot more. Let's start with the roundup.
We begin with boys lacrosse from down south. MAC Red Conference tussle with Grosse Pointe South, bringing in the Eagles of Utica Eisenhower. GP South and White, one game over 500 coming in. First quarter, senior attacker J.D. Norris finds the back of the net. Blue Devils led 2-0. Utica Eisenhower off to a 4-2 start, cut into the deficit in the second quarter. Junior attacker Nick Sedlock fights off the defender and scores. Eagles trail 2-1 at halftime. Grosse Pointe South really found their game in the second half. On the break, the junior Michael Coyle going it alone. Blue Devils up 5-1 after 3. GP South still attacking. Michael's brother Jerry grabbing the rebound and finishing. Grosse Pointe South goes on to win by an 8-2 final. They sit alone in first place in the MAC Red Conference. Let's jump in the pool now for some girls water polo. Senior night at Ann Arbor Huron as the River Rats welcomed in the Dexter Dreadnoughts. Picked things up in the second quarter. Second-ranked Huron in the green caps. Fitting that the senior captain Mary Claire Chamberlain would lead the Rats in scoring on the night. The lob shot finds a home. River Rats led 2-1 after the first half. Dexter got the best of Huron the last time these two met at the Saline Invite. Currently ranked third in the state. Early in the third period, off the whistle, Sarah Doherty coming through. We were tied at 2. But back came Huron. MC Chamberlain once again going up and over for the tally. She went home with a hat trick. The River Rats back up a goal. Another Huron senior captain, Lucy Moran, had a great night. Team high 6 steals, 3 field blocks, and here scoring one of her 2 goals in the contest. Ann Arbor Huron beats Dexter 6-4 the final. Let's go to girls soccer. Top 2 teams in the Huron League getting together. The Grosse Ile Red Devils and the Riverview Pirates matching up. A perfect 5-0 record coming into this contest. Grosse Ile is currently ranked 7th in the state Division III. First half action, Layla Algerdi sees Sophie Tucker, but the keeper, Miranda Cobbs, the denial. We were scoreless at intermission. Jump now to 10 minutes remaining. Grosse Ile looking to get on the board, and they would right here. The freshman, Lindsey Miles, going to work in front of the net. Her left foot hits pay dirt. That would be the only goal in this hard-fought contest. Grosse Ile wins 1-0. The Red Devils' record stays perfect. Let's go west now, people. Ryan Terpstra continues our coverage.
Thanks, Lauren. Some more girls soccer. East Kentwood is ranked number 5 in our preseason poll, and they faced the number 3 team, Granville. First half, Granville in white and with possession. Junior mid, Sydney Blitzschock receives it. She fires a strike off the keeper's fingertips and in for a 1-0 lead. EK responds with the free kick. Riley Tanner over the wall, and David Beckham would be proud of the bend the freshman got on that one. This game was still tied at 1 apiece at the end of regulation. So in overtime, Granville looking for a chance. Lydia Bahama lofts it up. Rachel Braggington flicks the header over the keeper and into the back of the net. Granville gets the 2-1 win in extra time over their OK Red rival East Kentwood. To girls tennis we go. Grand Rapids Christian is ranked number 3 in Division III, facing Hudsonville, number 9 in Division I. Starting in number 2 doubles, Olivia DeVos serving for Christian, and her partner Caroline Hewley smashes the winner, and the Eagles win in straight sets. Moving over to number 1 doubles, Hudsonville answered right back. Maddie Brower with the return, and then it's Taylor Labarge with the nice finish to earn a hard-fought victory for her squad. Finally, in number 1 singles, we saw one of the best rallies of the day between Christian's Leah Newhoff and Hudsonville's Amanda Moore. And it's the sophomore Newhoff who would come out on top. Grand Rapids Christian gets the win over Hudsonville 6-2. One of the biggest matchups of the week, Rockford ranked number 1 in Division I, hosting East Grand Rapids, number 1 in Division II for girls lacrosse. One of the best players on the state is East Grand Rapids' Liza Elder. She splits 2 defenders, scores with the left hand for the 3-time defending state champion Pioneers. 2-time defending D1 state champ Rockford had plenty of talent as well. Alex Vandermolen gets the pass, makes her move, and bounces the shot in as the Rams tie things up. We jump to the second half, 5 minutes to go. Vandermolen has it, lofts the pass over the D for Ryan Duell, and a 1-goal lead. Just 20 seconds left in regulation, it's Elder fighting through a triple team, and she scores to send this match into overtime. In OT, Pioneer senior Elle O'Connell using the pick, weaving through the D, and she scores. East Grand Rapids defeats Rockford 11-10 in overtime. The Pioneers haven't lost to a team from the state of Michigan in 3 years. Now let's head over to the Lansing area and Kevin Gale.
Thanks, Ryan. Boys lacrosse on a cold night near Lansing. Hazlitt Williamston hosting Portage Central, and check out the goal of the game by Michael Kuchenbuck. Beats a trio of Hazlitt defenders with this behind-the-back beauty. Oh, that's too good to stop. And he's not done either. Fourth quarter, game tied at 6. He cuts to the net again, this time dives and converts the goal. Mustangs take a 1-goal lead. Back and forth battle down the stretch, and here come the goal celebrations by Hazlitt Williamston. Eric Lowndes bounces one home, little shake and bake to celebrate. Then just 20 seconds later, it's Tucker Verkis. From the tough angle, he leads Hazlitt Willie with 5 goals on the night, and Lowndes does the money fingers after his helper. Hazlitt Willie takes control with 3 straight goals. Grant Lemansky turns and burns for a 2-goal lead. PC does cut it to 1, but Hazlitt Williamston hangs on for this 10-9 win over a top 15 team. That's the roundup. I'm Kevin Gale.
Very Michigan and Michigan State heavy in this week's Recruit Report. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz of Scout.com. We begin with a basketball commitment in the 2016 class for the Wolverines, and Onstead center Austin Davis, 6'10", getting into that 6'11" range, 250 pounds, but a young man that can stretch the floor, do a lot of different things. He recently picked up an offer from Michigan. Just a couple of hours later, he called John Beilein up and said, "Coach, I want to be a Wolverine." So a nice get for Michigan. They add that to a center, John Teske, who's all of 7 feet. He's a young man out of the state of Ohio. So 2 very good bigs to start that 2016 class. We'll see where Michigan goes with a wing. On the football side of things, the football team picks up their first 2017 commitment, and Brother Rice tight end Carter Dunaway. His dad played at Michigan back in the day. Also, Jack Dunaway, his older brother, will be a freshman walk-on this fall. 6'6", 225 pounds, a young man with a lot of potential moving forward in Carter Dunaway. Michigan State football program picks up another quarterback in the 2016 class, and Trotwood Madison quarterback Messiah DeWeaver. 6'4", 200 pounds, a young man that was actually formerly committed to Michigan when Brady Hoke's coaching staff was in Ann Arbor, but this is a kid that had national offers and a young man that continues to get better. Very athletic kid, but he has a live arm, can really stretch the field deep, and a good get for Michigan State to keep it in the Midwest and continue that trend of big quarterbacks that can do a lot of different things in their offense. With this week's Recruit Report, I'm Kyle Bogenschutz.
Hey State Champs fans, don't forget to follow us on social media for all of the action from spring sports around the state. Coming up, we go in focus on the sport of lacrosse. It's 10-year anniversary of boys and girls lacrosse being an MHSAA sport, and it's growing more than ever. Stay with us.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
The Detroit Sports Commission Prep Kickoff Classic, presented by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, returns to the campus of Wayne State University August 27th through the 29th, with 3 days of action-packed games featuring the state's top teams and players. The Prep Kickoff Classic is brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, the Marines, Community Bowling Centers, and Performance Orthopedics. Log on to DetroitSports.org for more information.
Swipe left. Swipe right.
What is going on over? Oh, why do you have my dog?
Is ordering Hungry Howie's online so easy? Even your couture canine can do it?
How many did Mr. Sparkles order?
7 in dog pizzas.
You ordered 49 pizzas?
No, you did. My card was declined. Want a slice or 400?
Hey, everyone gets a free medium pizza on their next online order with coupon code FREE1. Now that's an idea.
Hungry Howie's.
Welcome back to State Champs. A couple of national numbers I'd like to throw at you. Among sports with at least 10,000 high schoolers playing it nationally, since 2009, lacrosse is the fastest growing sport in America. Just since the 2008-2009 school year, boys lacrosse has grown 15% to about 102,000 players. Girls lacrosse has grown 19% to about 77,000 competing across the country. It's been a decade since the MHSAA made it an officially sanctioned sport. Sean Belizean goes in focus on the state of lacrosse in this state.
The explosion of lacrosse has certainly affected our great state, as in 10 years' time, boys' teams have increased from 81 high school teams to 114, while the girls' teams have gone from 51 to 74. As Troy Athens coach Justin Suarez explains, a big part is what has happened before and after high school.
The youth programs are exploding, in the Metro Detroit area, and especially even out west on the west side of the state. It's certainly helped by the growth of the college programs in the area.
On the west side of the state, the growth of the game is at such a point that many schools now have a freshman, sophomore, and varsity girls team. Well, as for the explanation, East Grand Rapids coach Rich Axtell offers up a simple answer as to the how and why.
Well, it's a great sport. I mean, it's the ultimate American sport. It is high scoring, it's offensive, it's great conditioning, and it's just a lot of fun.
While Brother Rice has won all of the Division I titles thus far on the boys' side, Coach Hallwell recognizes that the field is getting better and better by the year.
We are seeing, a tremendous amount of growth as far as the number of teams. The variance in teams is getting smaller every day.
Well, it will be fun to see what the next 10 years hold, to be sure. For In Focus, I'm Sean Belizean.
Lawrence Technological University offers some of the best programs around, giving their students theory and practice in their field of interest. The graphic design program at LTU is no different. The students all love the experience they receive at LTU.
There's a lot of studio classes. So much of the program is dedicated to actually doing things for your major instead of a bunch of useless kind of prereqs and gen ed stuff that you're not really going to need. So it's really focused on the things you're going to need to work in the graphic design field.
It's a lot of work and energy to put towards it. And you find that you really start loving what you do, especially after going through it for a couple years and everything. You really start to fall in love with it.
And for their senior thesis class, all of their hard work finally comes together in exciting and unique projects.
My project is called Identity, and the idea behind this is when you walk past someone on the street, you don't really see who they are. You just kind of see a face and forget it 10 seconds later. So the goal is this project is to emulate that. So all of the people are these shadows on the street, and if you get closer to them and look in their shadows, you can see more about the person, their name, their identity, who they are, written in the shadow of it.
This is their culmination for their work throughout the whole year. This is the first year in this location at Arbor Loft, so we're really fortunate for them to have provided us with this space.
To learn more about all of LTU's outstanding programs, head to ltu.edu and schedule a visit today. Hey guys, coming up is our UAW Chrysler Baseball Player of the Year update. Make sure you're following along on statechampsnetwork.com and voting for your favorite player. All our other contests are there too, so head to statechampsnetwork.com and click on the promo page.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
Hey, it's lacrosse season, and Pirani's is your lacrosse headquarters. Pirani's offers lacrosse equipment for boys and girls and has everything for beginners, advanced players, and your entire team. Come to Pirani's for the largest selection, their experienced, knowledgeable staff, and simply the best price guaranteed. Visit one of their convenient locations or log on to lacrosseworld.com and shop online. It's always lacrosse season at Pirani's.
Listen to what customers are saying about Hoot McInerney's all-new Star Lincoln.
I've never been treated better. Star eliminates all the hassles of leasing a new Lincoln.
I shopped around, and Star gave me the best price I found on a Lincoln MKC.
Now I understand what they're talking about when they say, experience the Star treatment.
Hoot McInerney's all-new Star Lincoln, 12-mile road just east of Telegraph. Best price, smart choice, and you get the Star treatment.
Let's start the cycle with softball. How about the Battle of St. Clair Shores? As Lakeview took on their rivals from Lakeshore, Shoreans would jump out in this one. Scoring ramped up early. Bases juice for Lakeshore. The freshman Jackie Miller getting it done. Shot to left, stand-up double, bases clear. Shoreans led 3-0 after the top half of the first. Lakeview not going away quietly. Bottom 5, Ribby runner on second. The sophomore Emily Seacombe singles to center. Taylor Gensman hustles home. Huskies trailed 8-4. But that's as close as they would get. Lakeshore in the zone at the plate all afternoon. In the 7th, junior catcher Jordan Miller, the ripper into the outfield. One of our softball player of the year candidates, Mackenzie Nemitz, coming around. She'll score. Lakeshore wins bragging rights for now over Lakeview. 10-4 the final. Let's play some hardball now in the Catholic League. Double-A division matchup, Madison Heights Bishop Foley at home to take on the Fighting Irish of Pontiac Notre Dame Prep. On the hill for Notre Dame Prep, one of our current Baseball Player of the Year candidates, Luke Schilling. The Illinois recruit maximizing that 95-mile-an-hour heater to his advantage. Peyton Schuster called for excessive window shopping to end the second. 3 straight state titles between 2011 and 2013. Bishop Foley with mostly a new crop of guys hungry to make their mark. Schilling's pitch gets away. Nate Grimes will score. He's a Player of the Year candidate. Ventures led 1-0 after 3. Foley adding to their lead in the 5th. Thomas Brumfield lays down the bunt. The throw off the mark. Grimes will cross home plate again. Ventures now up 2. Foley's sophomore pitcher Justin Campbell dominated on the bump in this one. Corey Chakowski down swinging to end the game. Campbell, 12 strikeouts on the afternoon. Bishop Foley shuts out Notre Dame Prep 3-0. Back to Ryan Terpstra now.
Hey, thanks, Lauren. It was a snow game in West Michigan. Forest Hills Eastern facing Spring Lake at Fifth Third Ballpark. Top of the first, bases are juiced for Spring Lake, and Mark Williamson is at the dish. The center fielder singles to bring home Isaac Bench, and the Lakers led 2-0 after 1 inning. Moving to the third inning, runner on third for Ryan Knight. The junior outfielder singles up the middle. That scores Ethan Thomas for the Hawks. Later in the inning, Keegan Syme at the plate, bounces one just over the pitcher's reach. Knight hustles on home, and Forest Hills Eastern is able to warm up their bats just enough to grab a 5-4 victory over Spring Lake. That's it for the cycle.
All right, let's spend a little more time on the sport of high school baseball. Give you an update in our UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year race. Tom Markowski joining me back here on set. And Tom, a couple of weeks ago, we introduced our first ever top 10. Got a lot of response from that. Both good and controversial in a way. People want to see their guys in this competition, and that's what we want to encourage. So we talked about 3 guys a couple of weeks ago. You've got 3 more guys that are in our current top 10 that you want to spotlight.
Well, the race is definitely heating up if the weather isn't. First, I want to talk about Eric Gildenbach out of Stony Creek. Not having a great year to start on the mound, but doing okay at the bat. 428, 8 RBIs. Nate Grimes, a real fine player from Bishop Foley, center fielder. 425 this year already, 2 home runs in the 13 games. Bishop Foley off to a great start. They're in first place in their division in the Catholic League. Riley McCauley, the shortstop and pitcher out of Sterling Heights Stevenson. They are 8-0. Riley has a win, a save, and really tearing the cover off the ball. 3 home runs, batting .458. They just mercied Utica Eisenhower earlier this week.
All right, so obviously McCauley getting it done here early in the season. We want you to get it done, and that means vote in this race. Go to statechampsnetwork.com, click on the UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year race banner right on the homepage. That'll take you to all 10 candidates. We've got bios there, and you can click on your guy and keep him in the running. Remember, the guy who has the most votes can never be removed, no matter how we feel he's playing thus far. So also, other guys can get into the competition. You just need to let us know who they are. We're going to be out there watching and see who should be this year's UAW Chrysler High School Baseball Player of the Year. Vote now.
Thanks for sticking with us on State Champs. Coming up after the break, 2 Catholic League softball rivals go head-to-head in our main event, Livonia Ladywood and Farmington Hills Mercy. Stay tuned for all the highlights.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for 1 medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life.
The Detroit Sports Commission Prep Kickoff Classic, presented by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, returns to the campus of Wayne State University August 27th through the 29th with 3 days of action-packed games featuring the state's top teams and players. The Prep Kickoff Classic is brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, the Marines, Community Bowling Centers, and Performance Orthopedics. Log on to DetroitSports.org for more information.
Welcome back to State Champs. Main event time, and we spotlight the sport of softball. Two Catholic League programs who've had their share of recent success met on the Diamond Tuesday. Livonia Ladywood were Division II state finalists a season ago and state champs in 2012. Farmington Hills Mercy made it to the regional finals, but this year, with the #1 player in the state and a solid supporting cast, the Marlins are projected to be right there at the end.
First meeting of the season between Catholic rivals Farmington Hills Mercy and Livonia Ladywood. The wind was blowing out, and Ladywood trying to take advantage in the top half of the first. Ducks on the pond. The sophomore Lauren Holdsworth got a hold of one. This one is hold up. The Mercy senior Molly Murphy. That's highway robbery. Heareth endeth the threat. But the blue-clad Blazers would get another opportunity in the second. Down a run? Not for long. The senior Christina Meyer with a deep drive, and that is out of here. 2-run homer, Ladywood leading 2-1. Mercy hasn't lost a game this season. They have simply been dialed in. Bottom half of the second, bases full. The sophomore Sophie Van Acker racked up a pair of hits in this one, putting this one where they ain't. Led to a stand-up triple. 3 Marlins made their way across the dish. The Fish wound up leading 5-2 after 2. The Marlins with more in the bottom of the fourth. RBI sitting on third. The junior Carrie Padula had a 2-hit game with 3 RBIs. The opposite way, Jack, 2-run dinger. Farmington Hills Mercy in control with a 5-run lead. In the sixth, the South Alabama recruit Abby Kreswecki at the plate. The shot to the gap. Another pair of Marlins making their way to the plate. Farmington Hills Mercy beats Ladywood 12-2. They took the second game of the doubleheader by a 14-4 score. Impressive. The main event is presented by the Detroit Sports Commission, dedicated to enhancing the local economy and the image of Metro Detroit, hosting amateur sporting events. Go to DetroitSports.org for details.
That's our show for this week. Have any story ideas or games you want us to cover? Email us, idea@statechampsnetwork.com.
We really want to hear from you, and another way to do that is vote for our candidates in our Player of the Year contest. Go to statechampsnetwork.com for our top 10 candidates in softball, baseball, and lacrosse. Vote now and vote often to ensure your favorite remains in the race.
We'll see you next week right here on the original high school sports show, State Champs.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughraiser.com for details. The Detroit Sports Commission, where champions are made and championships are played. Log on to DetroitSports.org. Our friends with the UAW and Chrysler. Pirani's Hockey and Lacrosse World. Over 20 Michigan locations. Go to lacrosseworld.com for info.